Hello and welcome to my live stream, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. In the live stream, in this live stream, we're gonna go ahead and create a light bulb because why not? Why won't we create this light bulb? I've never live streamed before, so this is my first time doing this. But in this live stream, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and create this light bulb just for the fun of it and just show you how I do my process and everything. Give me a second, please. Okay, I'm back real quick. All right, now I'm back for reals. But yeah, um, we're gonna go ahead and just create this live stream. And okay, so we're gonna go ahead and make this light bulb. I've never made a light bulb in Affinity Designer, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And we're just gonna go see how we do. So let's get started. All right. Let's get started in here. So first off, what we're gonna do is grab a reference from Google, a reference image. And that's what I did. Just grab the reference image and blow it up. If it's not blowing up, if it's small, go ahead and blow it up. And now we're gonna go ahead and make a new layer. And we're gonna go ahead and rename this layer to stroke. And I decided to live stream because I just I don't know, have nothing else to do today. I just got home from work. So really kind of bored. Try to play some video games, but you know, that didn't go all too well. I suck, so I decided to do this instead. But so yeah, in order to go ahead and make this light bulb, we're gonna go ahead and grab the circle tool, and we're just gonna go ahead and make the circle. You know, just make a circle for the fun of it, and then we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the fill, and then we're gonna go ahead and do a 9-point stroke thickness. And our canvas size is 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels. So that's how big our canvas size is. I just like to use 3000 by 3000 just because, you know, why not? And so after we go ahead and make the circle and make it about the size of the light bulb, we're going to go ahead and just grab a rectangle tool now. And as you can see, oopsies, not the tool I want to use, but as you can see right here, we're going to go ahead and make this shape right here, alright? So in order to do that, we're just going to go ahead and just do this. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and center it with the circle. So we'll put it in the middle of that circle right there. And then we're going to go ahead and just, I like to always make duplicates of the same, what do you call it, the same, make copies of the same, of like the layers, I guess we call them, of your objects. Only because you never know when you might need them again. So I go ahead and just make duplicates and then save them, put them in a group, and then, you know, hide them, turn off the display, and then start manipulating your other ones, the ones that you're gonna use, I guess. So okay, so now that we have these two, we're gonna go ahead and select our rectangle and our circle, and we're just gonna go ahead and combine them or add them together. Yeah, and then we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that little line right there. And as you can kind of tell, it kind of got rid of the roundness a little bit. So we'll just go ahead and undo all that, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and make the square a little smaller. And add them again. And now you don't get that weird overlap. So now it's not like shooting out this way. So Now that we got that, we're gonna go ahead and just lower the opacity a little bit on this one so we could see what we're kind of like. We're gonna go ahead and just lower it to like about 34%, 35%. That way we can kind of see what we're doing on the light bulb. Because as you can see, it's got like, it's not just like a sharp edge like how it is on our outline. It's kind of like smoothed out, and then it kind of becomes a little what do you call it? It like has that little weird indent down here. So we're gonna go ahead and just do that. So in order to smooth it out, we're gonna go to our curve tool, grab these nodes right here, and we're just gonna go ahead and just smooth it out like that, like so. Boom, hella smooth. Hella smooth. Now that we got that, oh, I keep doing this. Dang it. But now that we got that smoothed out, now we're gonna go ahead and just curve the. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and add some more points. So go to our point tool, our A button on the shortcut key, and we're just gonna go ahead and just like grab both these points. Just shoot this a little bit farther that way. So now we're gonna go ahead and grab both these points right here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and drag them down a little bit, like so, like about there. And now that we got that down, we're gonna go ahead and grab this node and this node, and we're going to go to our curve tool. So that's the C on your keyboard, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just smooth it out like this, and then we're gonna grab these very bottom nodes again, and then just smooth them out a tiny bit, not a whole bunch, just a tiny bit, so that way it's kind of pointed. And then to add a little more character, we're gonna go ahead and grab our node tool, so our shortcut button A on the keyboard, and you can go one, hold shift and hit the right arrow key one time, and then yeah, and it'll go inward like that. Like it'll go from, what is it, right on the right side, it's gonna go right to left, and on the left side, left to right. So yeah. And so now we got our basic light bulb shape right here. So we're gonna go ahead and just turn up the opacity back on this guy just to check how it looks. And so far I think it looks pretty good. Looks very good to me. I like how that looks. So now that we got that that back up and everything, sorry, I'm burping. We're gonna go ahead and do this little what do you call this little thing right here where it screws in. And I've never done this, so I guess we're just gonna go ahead and just see how it turns out. So I'm gonna duplicate my main light bulb again, just so I can have a backup just in case. And then what I'm gonna do now is gonna go ahead and just make another rectangle like this, and then put it in the middle of our main light bulb. And then now we got this top part of it. So yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and just push it down a little bit, like so. And we're gonna go ahead and just turn it into convert to curves, and then we're gonna grab these nodes down here, and we're just gonna go ahead and push it down a little bit higher. There we go, like about that size. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give it an 8-point stroke, so it's a bit thinner than the main light bulb shape. And then now, as you can see, if we hide these, it's kind of like it's just big, but it's kind of rounded and indented a little bit. So we're just gonna go ahead and just do that too. Just gonna go ahead and round that off a little bit. So we're just gonna go our curve tool again and round the bottom ones, because that's the only ones that are really gonna show. I'm just gonna round them up a little bit like so. And then we're gonna grab the top one, and we're on the right side of the square, we're gonna go ahead and just hit the left arrow key, and on the left side we're gonna hit the right arrow key. And so now it's kind of like it's not a perfect rectangle, it's kind of like a trapezoid now. I believe it's called the correct shape. And let's do one more like so, and like so. Ooh, there we go. Now I like how that looks. Looks fancy. Looks nice. And so now, to get our little, points sticking out here, I'm gonna go ahead and just make more squares. So I'm just gonna go ahead and duplicate this guy down here. Control J, and so duplicate that one. We're gonna go ahead. I'll call this guy top rect for top rectangle. This bottom one is gonna be the one we want to play with. So now we're gonna go ahead and just drag down the duplicate copy, and then we're gonna go ahead and just put this guy back in place like so. Make it even again. Make it even, and then we're gonna go ahead and just these guys we're gonna go make it regular rectangle again, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab all the 4 shapes and just completely curve it like that. There we go. See? And just we'll keep like that. And so now that we got that, and see how many it has about how many rings does this thing have? Let's see. It's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got like about 5. But since it's a simple vector, we're gonna go ahead and just simplify it. So we're gonna give it less than 5. I say we'll go ahead and just give it 3. Do we want to do 3? I think we want to do 3. I guess we could do 3. See how that goes. So let's just do those 3, and since we'll grab all these rectangles again and the light bulb, and we're just gonna go ahead and see how it's not like it kind of goes down, angles out a little bit. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. So let's do that. So we'll grab this guy and we'll make it a tiny bit shorter. I'll grab this guy and a tiny bit shorter, like that. That way it's not such a, what do you call it? That way it's not like all the same size, And we're just gonna actually go ahead and grab these and make them a bit smaller than that top shape, like that. Ooh, now that's looking more like a light bulb. There we go. That's what we want. And we'll make this top one a tiny bit bigger, actually. That way it's a pretty big difference, And what I want to do is actually make these guys a bit thinner. Like this. More scrunched up. And then that's how we'll do that, and then we'll just bump it up a little bit like so. There we go. That's how I like how that looks so far. It looks pretty good to me. I'm liking that shape. I'm liking that a lot. And so now for the final, so we'll just go ahead and just group them just so it's easier to hide it. And now for that final bottom shape, as you can tell, it's got kind of like this rectangle right here. We'll go ahead and add that one. So like I had 3 rings, we're gonna go add 1 more ring to it. 1 more ring to that curve. So we'll go ahead and duplicate this bottom one, and we'll bring it down, drag it down by holding shift, and drag it down. And how did I say it goes? It's kind of like it's pretty much a square. I mean the rectangle. So we'll go ahead and just do that, and then we'll go ahead and grab the bottom left node, and then just right arrow twice, the right node, left arrow twice, and then we'll just go ahead and just shorten this guy up a bit, a tiny bit like this, like so. And now we have that bottom piece, And we'll just go ahead and make it a little bit shorter. So we'll grab these nodes, 1, bump it up by 1, hold the shift and up arrow key. There we go. I like how that looks so far. I think it looks pretty good to me so far. I think it looks pretty snazzy. Pretty snazzy. Okay, so now that we got that going, actually, you know what I want to do? I don't know if I like having it that thin. Maybe we'll go back to that, and then we're just go ahead and just round them out a little bit. I like that. I like that. All right. So now, okay. So back to the shape. Back to the shape. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and add this little thing, and it angles in like this. So it goes. So instead of a rectangle, like we'll go ahead and make the rectangle. So we'll grab this piece. You know what? Actually, dang, I don't know what I want to do here. No, we'll go ahead and make this bottom piece, because then it's gonna have too many rings for my liking. So we'll just go ahead and make it into that that piece. So we're just gonna go ahead and just really angle it in. So we're gonna go grab these nodes. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's I believe that's about it. So yeah, it's like really in the middle. So we'll go ahead and just shorten it up a lot like this. We'll get rid of the image to kind of look at it and take a look at it, and it looks good to me. I'm not satisfied with that bottom piece. We're gonna go ahead and just push it up a little bit, and then round it off a tiny tad bit, not too much. Then maybe we're just gonna go ahead and make it a little bit wider, actually. Not like super wide, but wider. There we go. So now let's take a look at our light bulb. Compare it to this guy. I think it looks good. Does it look good though? Does it really? I think I want actually to make. So we'll put this guy at the bottom of all the layers. I want to make this rectangle actually a little bit bigger. So about like this. And this guy could go down a little bit. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and make this guy a little bit shorter. It's too tall. And we'll give it some character. We'll curve it in a little bit. And push it up a bit. And there you go. It's got some character to it now. Oh yeah, that's how I like it. Oh crap, I'm choking. Alright. So we'll go ahead and save it. Always save your work. Always save your work. I've been a few times where everything crashes and I don't save my work. And it sucks. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go ahead, and now that we got that going, this guy could go at the very top. We'll call this bulb. Alright, so now that we got that down, I like to go to the stroke menu up here, as you can see right here on the top, on your right side, this tab that says stroke. We're gonna go ahead and change the pressure property for this main bulb right here, and we're gonna go ahead and just add a node in the middle, and we're gonna go bring down the edges, and see how it's just doing it on this side. I don't like that, so we'll just play with it until it kind of makes it more even, like that. So we'll do that, Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. Looks quite even. Maybe we'll just grab the other side and just thicken it out a little bit, like so. You gotta, like, I've kind of figured out how to, cause like certain shapes, when you do the pressure, it pressurizes it really weird, and so I kind of figured out how to kind of like go along the curves. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. I guess like how I visualized it was like, cause when you get a straight line, so they just make a straight line. So we'll go ahead and save this profile, and then so we'll reset it. And so when you get a straight line, see how the line is straight, and so is your pressure graph, whatever you want to call it. So if you want to like make the edges, the edges like right here, the ends of the line pointy, you just go ahead and add a point in the middle, and you just bring down the edges, and it'll make that pointy. See that? So that's how you have to visualize this graph, kind of. So like if you want to make the middle shape all wonky, you just do that. See, and it kind of mimics your graph a little bit. And so same thing with this. So since this isn't like a straight line, it's like a bulb shape. Like you got the middle, and you bring these sides down, and you see how it affects it, and then you kind of like play with the sides a little bit. Like you're like, oh, because it rounds up, this side will round that way, and this side, since it rounds down, it'll kind of round down. It's weird. It's very weird. I don't know how to explain it. So yeah. But I guess that's how I explain it. I don't know. I'm just like explaining as I do this. Because I usually record my videos, but like I don't know, I just want to live stream because live streaming just seems fun. I don't know, it just seemed fun to me to live stream and to show the process and how I do things. So yeah, I mean, there's better ways to do them, but this is how I like to make myself. It might take me a little bit longer, but I'm having fun, and my results are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, not to toot my own horn. No, but I like how my things have been turning out, so I just keep going. I go ahead and just play with it, see what other people like, kind of figure out how other people do it as well, learn from others, and just practice and play. Lots of references are used, and then just try to make it the way I like how it looks. And now I kind of developed my own little methods of making things. Okay, so back to the actual illustration. So we're gonna go ahead and just so we saved the profile, and now we're gonna go ahead and just do the same thing for all these other little lines. So what we're gonna do is just grab all like rectangles, and we're just gonna, and so now it kind of just does it to one side, right? And I normally don't do that, but I actually kind of like how this looks actually. But let's play with it a little bit more. And we'll just do this, and we'll just do this, and then maybe, how would this look if we do it this way? Nope. Maybe make it a little bit thinner, but not too thin. Make this guy a bit more down, and then just bring this guy up. See how it looks? Bring it all the way down. And okay, so now that's how it acts. So let's go ahead and just bring it up a little bit. What does this guy do? That's like towards the middle, so we'll just bring it down, and then just bring this up a little bit. No, bring it down. No, go back. Yeah, I like how that looks. That looks pretty good to me, actually. I keep doing the wrong rotation. That looks good to me. So now we're just gonna go ahead and just clean it up a little bit. Hide these guys within each other a bit better. So that's a bit more clean. And save. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the inside, this little guy right here. So, all right, since I guess it's what do you call it? It's So since it's like small, thin wires, we're gonna go ahead and just start at the bottom and save that profile, reset. Oh, no, wrong. We save that profile. We're gonna go ahead and just make our lines. So we'll put them like this. And we'll go ahead and do that like so. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Oops, wrong thing. I guess we're just gonna go ahead and just, you see these little like antennas, and they kind of curve. What do you call it? Sideways a little bit, like, and then it's not straight up. It curves out on both sides. So we'll go ahead and just grab the top node and grab the top node and then just push it like this. So we'll grab the top node and push it to the right a little bit with our shift and arrow keys. So we'll do it twice. And now we'll go ahead and just grab it from the middle and just kind of push it in like so to the left slightly, and then now we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and go back to our pressure and just make, actually, because as I don't know if you can tell, but this right here is like more bulbous right here, so it's like more a ball. So we'll go ahead and grab our pressure and we'll make the other end like more like that ball shape. So we'll go like that, make it really thin, and we'll do the same thing with the middle piece, really thin. Add another node on your pressure, and then add another node right here and make it like a bulb. And that looks pretty good. Now it doesn't look super symmetrical. Maybe we'll add, oopsies, maybe we'll do one more up here, another node. And just take that, and now you got that bulbous look. See, I kind of got that like Q-tip look, and just kind of go with however you want it to look. You want to look skinny. And I think that looks good to me. I like how it looks. So now what we're gonna do is go ahead and just duplicate and flip. Oh yeah, let's flip this guy. And just put it in the same spot on the other side. Even it out. And to make sure they really are in the middle or even, let's go ahead and just do this. And group them together and move them at the same time. And now, there we go. Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Now we got that little, whatchamacallit. And so now, see, we got all these, like, little intricate details. I don't know if I want, well, I guess we can do some of those intricate little details. Yeah, how would we do this? Maybe I don't want to do them. I mean, I guess we always could. Oopsies. So we could, I guess we could just like see how it kind of the circles a little bit. We could do that, actually. So let's go ahead and just grab our ellipse tool and put it right here in the middle. And we'll just do this. Make it, oh yeah, like this. And then we'll convert this into curves. And we'll save this pressure as well, but we'll reset it, and we'll bring down the pressure a lot like this. So it's thin. And then we'll go ahead and make it like wonky. Cause see how it's like wonky-ish? Like it's kind of like a square. So we'll go have these nodes and we'll just do this. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's cool. So maybe we'll just do these a little bit lower. Like so. And then these We'll go ahead and just bring it up a little bit. Bring it up a little bit, like that. Something with this, bring it up a little bit. Bring us down a little bit. And then maybe we just make it a little bit thinner. And then we could just do another one. Just duplicate this, drag it down, make it a little bit thinner, a little bit taller. Maybe a tiny bit thinner. And we just go up here, cause it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of goes into that, and so I kind of wanted to do that too. By go ahead and just doing this. But we'll just do this. And just kind of just play with it. Just make it look like a light bulbish. Yeah, maybe we'll make it a bit. It's I guess. That's kind of funny. And just a lot of playing around with it. Just play around with it. That's all it is, really. Just playing around with it. Maybe bring us a little bit more down, up, maybe, and then just maybe like so. And then maybe they're too thin, so maybe we'll just bring up the thickness a little bit, like that. Kind of so it matches like the rest of the illustration. And yeah, I think that looks pretty good to me. I think I want to bring these guys in a bit more together. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I'll go ahead and grab these, make them a little bit smaller. Yep, I like how that looks. I like how that looks. Alright, so there's the base of our light bulb. I like how everything is looking so far. Looking pretty good. Let's look at it without this. And yep, you could tell that is definitely a light bulb. Alright, so now that we got that going, we're going to go ahead and alright. We'll go ahead and call, that stroke. So now we're going to go ahead and duplicate this layer, the whole layer, and we're going to go ahead and lock it. The very top layer. And this bottom, this copy, we'll go ahead and call it color. Because now this is where we're going to do our coloring. Now here's for the fun part. No more foundation work, no more stroke work. Unless, of course, we want to go ahead and add some strokes throughout the process. But so far, I just kind of like how this looks so far. Actually, I think I do want to add a little bit of more tiny bit of detail. So on the bulb, we'll go ahead and duplicate the bulb. We'll unlock this layer. Duplicate the bulb, and we'll do this. We'll bring it in from the center, like so. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna break some of these lines right here. So grab one of your nodes and break curve, breaking that curve, and that allows us to delete like so. And then we could just do that. And now that we got that going, we'll go ahead and reset this, add that to the middle, kind of give it some detail. That looks kind of weird. So instead of breaking it that much, we'll go ahead and bring some of this back. We won't break it from there, we'll break it from here. Break that guy, delete that. Now we'll see if we delete all these. Now we'll see how this looks. That looks a little bit better. So now we'll go ahead and just reset, add in the middle, bring it down. We'll bring them all the way down. I'll make this a little bit thinner too. Kind of wait. We'll taper it more, like so. Maybe a bit thicker, tiny bit thicker. And just playing around, see how this looks. Nope, don't like that. I'll just delete that. So just leave it like that. Maybe make it a bit thicker. Or should we do super sharp? Not super sharp. We'll have a little roundness. And that kind of gives it a little bit more detail. And now we will duplicate that shape and we'll turn it around, put it on this side, and we'll go ahead and delete some of these, like so. What to this actually? I delete it from up here, and then we'll make these a little bit. We'll save this profile too, and then we'll just make this a little bit. Oop, gotta select that. This guy, and we'll just play with it. Oh no, it's not what I want. Not what I want to do. Let's just play with it. Grab it. This guy again. Play with it a little bit. Actually, we'll leave it how it is. We'll just push him. Let's actually push it away from the outer stroke. So by 1, and then we'll just do with this guy, just so it has some breathing room. Because it, like, up close it's a distance, but like when you go up far, it kind of still looks like it's too close. I kind of don't like it, so we'll just go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Make it even. And that's how that looks good to me now. Okay, so now that we added a little bit of detail, we'll go ahead and lock. Oops, we'll go ahead and lock the stroke layer again. Hide all this, and so now on to the fun part, the colors. So now on our color layer, we'll go ahead and delete any unnecessary strokes. So by that I mean, we actually don't have any unnecessary strokes. Like for example, if I had copied it from, if I had copied the whole thing with these little strokes, I would delete these little strokes in that color layer. But since we did it after we copied it, we don't gotta worry about it. So now we're gonna go ahead and grab all these guys. Oh, actually, we don't need these little the middle things. We don't need that in the color layer, so we'll go ahead and delete that. There we go. That was unnecessary. All right, so now that we got that, we're gonna go ahead and just grab all of these, and we're gonna go ahead and get rid of the stroke. Don't need that. And now we're gonna go ahead and fill up the colors. So let's grab it all again, if Affinity will let me. Hello, colors please. Alright, and we'll do our RGBs because this is not going to print. If it was going to print, I'd do CMYK. I sometimes like doing CMYK even though it's not going to print, but since it's just easier, I don't have to go back and like reconfigure the colors or anything, make it look, I don't know. But instead of having a yellow light bulb, sorry about that, I really had to cough. Instead of making a yellow light bulb, I like to play around with a lot of colors. So we'll just go ahead and make a blue light bulb, I guess. Because why not? And we'll do a blue light bulb. And then we'll go ahead and grab our reference, put it back in here. And then now that we got that color, so for this guy, what color should we do? For these little rings, I mean, I guess we could always let's try doing that gold color maybe. So we'll just grab one of these base colors from the image, and it looks kind of gross, but what do we do? It's green. Oh, that hurts my eyes. What if we just like go nuts? Ooh, I like that. I like that combination. That looks nice. We'll do that color. And then we'll go ahead and grab this guy and do the same color, but it'll be darker. So do our saturation, our lightness, and make it darker because it's dark. So there we go. There we go. There's that. There's that. And so now we're gonna go ahead and let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh, what was I gonna do? I forgot. What was I doing? Oh yeah, it's the colors. So we're gonna go ahead and save this. Save it. Gotta save it. Gotta shave it. And then we're gonna go ahead and now that we got our base colors down, now we're gonna do the detail work. Detail. So now we're gonna go ahead and just make a new layer. Whoop, above the color layer. Right. And we're gonna go ahead and what do you call them? What you call it? We're gonna go ahead and add the highlights. So we'll call this highlights. Boom. And then now we're gonna go ahead and see how so this is where we use a reference photo. See how it was like highlights right here. We're gonna kind of do that. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and just grab our pen tool, and we could actually okay. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our pen tool, and you know what I actually want to do. I don't know how I want to go about this. We're gonna go. Actually, we're gonna grab this little curve again. This little bulb curve that we did, and then we're gonna turn that into our highlight. So we'll put it in our highlights section, and then we'll grab the color of our bulb, and we'll make it like white, almost close to white, and then we're gonna make this thick. So let's do this. And then this actually might have to be above our. This might actually have to be above our other layer. Interesting. How we're gonna do this? See, this is where I think. How am I gonna do my highlights? So we can go ahead and I guess we could just make this guy a little bit smaller. Make this a bit thinner. So instead of a 9 point, we'll go ahead and do a 7 point. And then same thing with this guy. See, this is where it takes me a bit longer to do things. It's because then I decide I want to change up some stuff last minute, and so our highlights is actually gonna have to be above our stroke, like so. And instead of a 9 point, it's gonna have to be a 15 point. Oopsies, not a 1 point, a 15 point. And then we'll really do that. Make it a bit thicker. Make these get a bit thicker too. Make this guy a bit thicker. Make this guy a bit thicker. Not too thick, but thicker. And then maybe instead of a 15 point, we'll do a 25 point. That looks more like a highlight. And we'll go ahead and push it this way a little bit. And go ahead and just kind of turn opacity, and we're actually gonna get rid of these details because they are kind of interfering with this. So let's get rid of these. We'll make it more simple. Maybe we'll add them different. So we'll go ahead and just do that. So we lowered the opacity a bit, and it's kind of like it's the off-white color. So we'll just maybe higher the opacity a little bit. Okay, and there's our first highlight. Let's move it a little bit. So that's our first highlight, and now we're gonna have another highlight. I don't like I like symmetry, but I don't want perfect symmetry either. So I kind of like to just I have this big ass highlight right here. So now we're gonna add another highlight, and we'll go ahead and grab this. We'll do this actually. We'll go ahead and grab this whole bulb, copy it, go to our highlights layer, paste this, do this, and then we'll go ahead and break our curve again. Add another node right there, break that, delete these guys, delete that, break this one, and turn this into a 15-point stroke. Make it thick, hella thick, so freaking thick. And then we'll make this guy kind of go down like that. That way it's like more of downward. I like how that looks. And then we'll just push it out a little bit, more into the center, and then we'll go ahead and turn the same color as our last highlight, like that. And since let's see, we're gonna have our I like to visualize our sun. So this is the sun. So this highlight should probably actually be harsher, like so. And this guy, it's gonna be not as harsh, but not like super unnoticeable either, since it's hitting it directly. I mean, it still probably would be pretty harsh, as our reference tells us. So we'll just have it like this, just a little bit less harsh, because it looks more harsh on this side and it doesn't look right. But now it feels better. And then we're gonna go ahead and add one more. So we're gonna go ahead and paste this again, the bulb. I'll go ahead and just do this. We're gonna go break our curve from right there and just delete this. Delete that. Oops. Gotta break that curve too. Break from there. Add a node right there. Break it on the top actually. Go ahead and do that. Delete that. Delete these guys right here. Don't need those. And now go ahead and merge these two together. Join curves, so that's one curve. Actually, gonna have to break it right here. So we'll just delete that. Oopsies. Do it here. So now push this out a little bit. Turn it into the same color. And doop, 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 doop. We also kind of have to keep in mind where our shadow's gonna be. So since it's hitting it directly here, the shadow's gonna be. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that, because the shadow's gonna be right here actually. And then for our whatchamacallit, for these guys, like right here, we're gonna go ahead and just do a rectangle. Hacks. Easy hacks right here. So we're just gonna go ahead and go in. Ooh. Delete our strokes. Grab our rectangle. Go down still. Just make it like this. Oopsies. Just make it thinner. We'll go all the way down, like so. And then we'll go ahead and just duplicate that. And then group these guys together. Put this in the middle. Ungroup them. Separate them out a little bit, but evenly. One. And then I'm just gonna pretty much turn these guys to white, like so. Not that white. Just a little white. And then we'll go ahead and let's turn these into curves. Convert to curves, and we'll go ahead and just do this. And we'll do the same thing. Sorry, I had to be gone for a second, but I'm back. So now we're just playing with our highlights. So we'll go ahead and grab this guy. Just go ahead and be our highlight like that. And then we'll just maybe turn him a bit more white, honestly. And I'm not like a pro or an expert or anything at this stuff, but I mean, this is how I do things. I think it still turns out pretty good. And you know what I actually want to do? I want to turn these little antenna guys, I want to separate them out a little bit. So 1, 2, we'll separate them out by 2 again. Just go ahead and separate them a bit. They were too close together for me, for my taste. And let's see, I think that looks good so far. Looks pretty good to me. Yep. I like how it looks. Oh, yeah, now we gotta add our shadows, actually. Shadows. So we'll go ahead and just add another layer on top of our highlights. And we're gonna go ahead and grab this color layer, copy it, and paste it on here. And let's actually call it shadows. And we'll go ahead and group this guy, ungroup it. And then our bulb, we'll go ahead and just make another copy and then just kind of play with, do this right here. We'll make it long, because what we're going to do now is cut out our shape for our shadow, like so. So now that we have that, we're going to go grab both of the objects and just subtract, and we got this shape right here, and we'll just turn it dark, and that's our shadow. We'll just go halfway, a bit less than half, and then maybe we'll play with, maybe we could just angle this more like this. No, it looks funny. Maybe play with that a little bit. Maybe it's like so. I don't know if I like how that looks. I like that actually. Cool. That looks cool to me. Maybe just bring that in a bit more. Let me give it a more organic feel to it. And maybe we could just do this a bit more. Push this a bit more. Cool. And now there's our shadow for there. And now we've got to make our shadow right here on the sides of these guys. So what I like to sometimes do, I like to just go ahead and manually come in here and make them. It takes a bit longer, but I like to do this because I don't know, I just do. I just like wasting time. We'll grab that color, turn it in dark. And then same thing right here. So now we got that. We'll do that. Now we would do the same thing to these guys. Change the color of them. And then just bring this guy down. We'll just start copying them. This is where we start copying now. So they're close enough in shape. Start copying, duplicating, and then just adjust accordingly. And then for this guy, we'll go ahead and grab this guy from here, copy, paste, and we'll duplicate again, and we'll cut out that shape like so, and we'll go even darker, and you can barely see that, but it adds to it. And we'll grab all these other little ones that we created, and then just do this. And then this highlight will be a little lighter than the other one. What I do? I'm messing this up. Messing it up. Oh boy. I'm definitely messing it up. Which I can go ahead and make it a little less lighter. And why does it keep doing that? I like drag, as I click, I drag and it like messes it up. Okay, so now. So those shadows are a little too small. We'll go ahead and just make them a little bit bigger actually. By just dragging these nodes. Like this. Exaggerated. Huzzah! Hella exaggerated. Huzzah! Like so. I like it better. Okay. 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 Oh, we're gonna actually make. I guess like how this is. We can make this a little bit. Darker. No, I think it should be fine like that. I think it looks pretty good to me. We're gonna go ahead and honestly, I like how it looks so far. Our light bulb. I like our light bulb. I think it looks pretty good. The only thing is I do want to change actually is I'm gonna change the color of all these strokes. All these strokes. So how we do that is I'm gonna go ahead and just turn them into the CMYK color of black. That way they're not pitch black and hurt the eyes on the screen. But yeah, that's about it. That's how I create my vectors. That's a light bulb. That's a blue light bulb. And it's not on. We won't have it on. We'll have it off. But that's how. It's my first time making a light bulb. Hopefully, maybe next time I can make a better one. I gotta practice more. Figure out maybe like other people's work, see what they do to make a cool looking light bulb. But so far, I think it looks pretty good. I like how it turned out. I really do. For a first attempt, it's a nice little light bulb. So yeah, all right. Well, if you guys enjoyed the stream, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.